Hello there everyone, and welcome back to yet another one of my uniform videos. So, with that short introduction, what are we looking at today? We're looking at two things. I've pulled down my nightly armor out of storage, and also pulled this out, which is the absolute first sort of uniform and historical clothing that I had. This I made myself. Not all of it, not the shirt, not the undergarments that you can see here, and not the modern socks. But I made these, the split hosen. During part of the medieval period, it was common not to have sort of what we think of today as the full pants, which actually has a crotch. This one is crotchless. You have just two pant legs that you pull up and you tie around your waist, and then the undergarments cover. So in that regard, it's historically accurate. However, I made it myself, and I made it like, I think 15 years ago. So there is machine stitching, and, the construction might not be that great. Next up, we got a grey tunic. Made this myself as well. Pretty happy with it back in the day, I remember. What we're sort of ending up with here is sort of, I don't know, kind of like a bandit, I guess. If you're, it's sort of more LARP than historically accurate, or I don't want to put the say that this is sort of this time period of the medieval period or whatever. It's sort of more, as it is, as I'm starting to get interested in this sort of stuff. It's still pretty good though. A lot of the machine stitching isn't visible. And it's pretty okay. It's not a period that I've spent a lot of time on, but it's a very popular period sort of in Sweden with medieval markets and so on. So it's kind of natural that you go into that first. Obviously, if we're going to be a bandit, we're going to need a sword. Hand over your trinkets, traveler. Got some few trinkets to hang along the belt to add on to the impression. But with that, I think we're ready to go on and take a look at the knightly armor that I've got. Over then to the armor. We're taking a look at the pieces here. You can tell that I actually recorded this during the summer. The idea was that this was going to be part of a bigger video with all my uniforms and costumes and stuff for the celebration of getting 25,000 subscribers. However, the project became so massive that I abandoned it, and so we get this. I'm gonna start off. You can see that I'm wearing some of the stuff that I was wearing in the previous bit, sort of the medieval garments. We're starting off putting on the legs. At this point, or at the point when I started putting all of these bits and pieces on, I did realize that, you know what, I should probably have hired a squire to help me fit these kinds of things. And as we will notice later on, I've missed to bring a few of the things. But here we go, the legs are now on. Squeaking a bit. You won't get any stealth bonus for wearing these. However, they are quite comfortable and easy to move around in. Although I guess they wouldn't cover much in the terms of the back of your legs. But then again, if the opponents have made it all the way around there, you're probably screwed anyways. Next up, my old gambeson. It's not very well fitted, but it's what I had, so that's what we're going with. Now, the thing was, I actually brought with me the wrong chainmail. This is the chainmail that I wear when I just have chainmail, not the one where I wear underneath the armor. But since it was such a long time since I actually wore this last, I'd completely forgot about it, and I just picked the one that I thought was right, and it wasn't this one. So with this one, it became increasingly hard to put the rest of the stuff on, and that's why in the next video we got here, I'm not wearing it anymore, because I realized it was adding too much, and I wouldn't be able to put it on. This piece right here, the chest plate, is actually homemade. I got it off like an auction site, online auction site. There was someone selling their homemade breastplate, and now we're putting on this thing. I realized here that I probably should have had some kind of gambers on. Yeah, we're trying to put it corrected here. Probably should have had some sort of piece that went up across the neck. I realized that if I took a hit or if I was moving too hard, I would get that right in the throat, and that would not have been great. Here we got part of why you need a squire. I'm struggling a lot putting this on. The thing also, I didn't really have time to do like a test run before I record the video or anything. So I had to kind of figure it out at the day with the... luckily for me though, in summer, Swedish sunlight, you know, it never gets dark, almost. So I had a lot of time to work with this. Also, of course, it wasn't too much heat. I wonder if that white car took a second passing just to see what the hell I was doing. I went to my parents' garden to do this, and that's why their dog is running around aiding me, if you want. I'm also noticing here, looking back at this, you can see how one of the arms is hanging above the neck piece while the other one is below, which is really messing with my OCD. Here we go. Here's the armored hand on. Realized that I wouldn't be able to put the other one on because it would have been too difficult with the thing on. Here we go, we've put on the sword. Also note at this point, because I don't have a gambeson, it leaves my crotch very exposed to attacks. A long spear to the nether region would not have been nice. But there we go, here's my old armor. I know there was someone, can't remember who, that asked for it. And here we've got it. So, and then also a little bit of posing. Ruined by the dog bringing in a plastic toy. But there we go. My armor.